So when we started this, I had stated that you might be surprised by what you find, and we might be surprised by what we don't find. And this is the part where I think you might be surprised by what we don't find. So what have we learned these past couple of days? Well, we know that when it speaks about end time players, because that was the purpose of this, to determine how many end time players are there, we now know when we use those terms, devil and Satan and dragon, that it's the same entity, the same being, the same person, the same creature, the same thing, that those terms are interchangeable. But are those terms interchangeable with the Antichrist, question mark, or not? And so we're going to look at that in this part 3. Thank you for joining me. So this is the interesting thing. The Antichrist terminology is not in the book of Revelation. You maybe knew that. And so we only see this term in the books of John. So it's 4 times. 1 John 2:18, 2:22, 4:3, and 2 John 7. 2 John is only one chapter. The term Antichrist is only in 1 John 2:18. They all come from the Greek 500, an opponent of the Messiah, Antichrist. And then I have there the words that anti and Christ come from. We can see it is anti to contrast, requital, substitution. So an Antichrist. So what we learn from John is that there are many antichrists, that they have come, they deny the Son, they are deniers of Christ. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at this 1 John 2:18, and here's what it says. Children, it is the last hour. As you have heard that Antichrist is coming, so now many antichrists have come. From this we know that we are in the last hour. And then I also want to share, this is 2:22 from 1 John. It says this: who is the liar but the one who denies that Jesus is the Christ? This is the Antichrist, the one who denies the Father and the Son. So here's what I am pondering, and this is when I mentioned we might be surprised by what we don't find. So we don't see any Antichrist figure, person, head, creature, beast, etc. named in Revelation. So could it be, because there are many antichrists, that it's anyone who denies Christ? So that could be 1,000 people if you think about it. They could be antichrist because it says to deny Jesus. Could it be that there's 1 million of them? Could it be that the Antichrist figure that we're thinking will be on the scene as a single entity, person, creature, beast? Could it be that it's just anyone who denies Christ, so there could be 1,000 of them? So this was the interesting thing in doing this portion. I would not say, per se, that the devil is equal to Satan, is equal to the dragon, is equal to the Antichrist, because I believe you can be Antichrist and not be the devil, and not be Satan, and not be the dragon. So the whole purpose of putting this together was to see how many bad end time players there are. So we know Beast 1, Beast 2, there's an image of Beast 1. In the black at the bottom, I have those Revelation Bible verses for you. We know there's a false prophet who it tells us is not the same as the beast. It tells us that in that Rev 19:20. And then we see the 10 kings who get power for an hour as well, and that's Rev 17 verse 12. And then we see from what we looked at, the devil is equal to the Satan, is equal to the dragon. So if we are waiting for an Antichrist figure, a single entity, person, being, creature, etc., there isn't one in the book of Revelation. And the book of John says there are many antichrists. So this was something to get you to think. I know it definitely has me thinking possibly differently about what I used to believe just by looking at the scriptures. So, armor up, we ride at dawn. May God bless you as always. Have a great day.